lit a spark, chasing the light today. Little moments hiding, waiting to be found my way. A smile in the chaos, a laugh in the rain. That's the magic calling, pulling me out of the gray. Feeling rising up, like the sun on my face. No more holding back, stepping into this space. Joyful findings, everywhere we go. Energy high, let the good vibes flow. We're connecting hearts, lighting up the night. You and me together, everything feels right. Oh, joyful findings. Oh, bring the light. Oh, joyful findings. We're shining so bright. Your story meets mine in this beautiful beat. Every word we share, every laugh, every treat. No walls between us, just open and free. This energy's electric. Come right here with me. Hearts are linking up across the miles we span. One big joyful family, hand in hand. Joyful findings, everywhere we go. Energy high, let the good vibes flow. We're connecting hearts, lighting up the night. You and me together, everything feels right. Oh, joyful findings. Oh, bring the light. Oh, joyful findings. We're shining so bright. When the days get heavy, just remember this tune. Joy is what we choose under the same moon. Turn it up louder, let the love overflow. We're finding it together. Watch the whole world glow.
Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. That came out fabulous. Thank you, everybody, for being here at the Joyful Findings Show this beautiful March 6th of 2026. Welcome, March. Spring is here pretty much, especially here in Florida. It's definitely feeling springy. I bet you guys are looking forward to a bunch of spring action going on in whatever section of the world you're in. There's been a lot of energy this week. There's been a lot of momentum, a lot of frequencies, a lot of shifts and changes, a lot of different things. So I just wonder what you all like tapped into this week energetically. I see there's a bunch of you joining in. So glad you guys could all be here. So happy to have you here. But the energy is like shifting and changing right now. Yeah, Richard's saying it's spring in Oklahoma right now. See, spring is happening. My first gardenia came out the other day. If you're on my Facebook or my Twitter, you probably saw that. But yeah, so what else is going on? There's a lot going on, a lot of energy going on. I want to thank you for those donations too. I had donations first thing this morning from Jill and Roy. So thank you for those. You guys will be first when I get around to giving messages. So thank you. Very much appreciated. Yes. And if you want to tip or donate, there is the link right there for my Venmo. That's the fastest way. Or you could use Rumble Rants, whatever means you have available to you. Yeah. So energetically, I don't know where I'm going with all this tonight. There's a lot going on in the brain. But I'm excited it's spring. Yay, I'm so excited. All right. So glad you're here, everybody. I'll name you all off in a minute. Say, hey, if you're out there, drop your little name in the chat so I know you're here. Say hello, hello, hello. I'm so happy that you could be joining in this energy today. We're all right. We're all going through, we're probably feeling stuff. We're experiencing things. I feel like there's a whole lot going on all at once right now. So some people feel like they're still like in a box, right? I feel like they're in a little box and they don't know what to do, or they don't know how to get out of the box. Well, I'm just going to tell you, let's think outside the box. Okay? Because what we've been given as part of our belief system in this world that we live in as of right now has been very limited. Okay, limited in our reach, in our abilities to create what it is that we truly desire. Some it's easier for others, but there's been a struggle in the collective to reach that full potential of happiness, right? And we're in that realm right now of changing all that so we can step into that happiness, right? So we're going to do a lot of switching and changing going on. It's like I told someone today, it's like being the little Rubik's Cube, it's like we're kind of like finding where we're all put together, right? Because we've always felt scattered. We never felt centered, right? And then there's other influences that were coming in on us, at our energy, influencing us, whether it was in our food, our water, things that people were saying to us repeatedly, whatever the belief system that came from, whether it keeps you connected in fear and never being able to move forward because you're stuck in fear. And I see that a lot of that. And trust me, I was there, people. And I still have a tiny bit, but we have to get over that. Because I notice when we get rid of the fear and we think outside the box and we start to create in our own abilities and our imagination to create the things that we truly want in this lifetime, things start to unfold. And that's because you're connected to source, you're connected to God then, right? Because you're in the positive. This over here is the dark side and the negative side, where there's fear always, there's always a big monster coming out to get us, but you just bubble up and, walk away from that. And this is what we're going to create over here. Okay, step out of whatever fear you might have and do what you want to do. Because I've been getting a lot of changes are coming up right now for a lot of different people. And this is about you stepping into what it is you truly want to do. How do you want to be of service moving forward, right? Do you want to be a creator? Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad? What do you want to create for yourself in the future? Do you want to be your own boss? What is it that you want to create for yourself? Is there something you want to learn? Is there something that you've always been putting off that you're saying you just don't have the time for? Now just take away the fear that money has to be attached to it, right? To create this thing that you're creating. Just take all that away for a minute and just be like, all right, what can I create that would be outside my normal box, that would bring me joy? Say you wanted to do it 4 days a week, right? Maybe you want to work 4 days, have 3 days off, whatever. Maybe you only want to work 4 hours a day. It doesn't matter. Whatever your dream is, whatever, because you can't just sit around all the time. So you have to be productive in something. Some people like animals, so they're going to deal with animals. Some people want to be an artist. They're going to be an artist. There's a lot of different things that people could do while they're out there. And there's a lot of energy humming through here right now, my friends. Holy cow. So I hope you're feeling that energy, because this is the year that you're going to make the changes that are going to make you truly happy. Okay. In a lot of different ways. So don't be afraid anymore, and let's move forward into that. All right, let's say hello to some of you little lovies out there, because I see there's a bunch of you jumping on. I see Jill and Roy are here over on Rumble. I'm going to do the Rumble side first, and then I'll see who is over there in my other channels there. Let's see who else. We got Barbara. She says, yay, it's Friday. Hello, my friends. Yes, it's Friday. Woo woo. Pat's out there. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Pat. How are you today? All right. Let's see. Precious Clouds. Hello, Denise. So glad you're here. Marsha's kicking it with us. Thank you for being here, Marsha. Ruth is out here. Hello, Ruth. Nice to see you. All right. That's what I got over on the Rumble side. Now let's scroll up over on this side. We got Khalil. Hello. I'm glad you could be here again this evening. Yay. Pooja is out there with us today. Carol Ann is out there with us today. I'm not sure. Shan is out there. I'm not sure what the rest of your name is. I have a hard time reading it with my glasses. Glad you're here. Richard, what's up? What's up? All right. Pooja. That's Samir. I got you, Samir. Now I know who you are. I got to remember who your new name is. I think that's everybody out there right now. So if you guys are out there, definitely drop me a comment, because when we get ready for messages, we'll be jumping on that. And Samir, I wrote your name down already. I got you on my list, man. You're on, and I got Dia and Susie. They're out there too. Thank you, Dia. I saw your text, so there. And it looks like Shirley's out there too. Shirley's watching on YouTube. Shirley, what's happening? Shirley. All right, I'm glad you guys are all joining in. All this beautiful fun and energy that we have going on right now. It's been a busy week. I've been a little bit here, a little bit there. I got a lot of stuff done. And you know, that time thing, it just all kind of works out together. I just love how it all kind of just falls together. It's kind of amazing how that happens. So yeah, has that been happening for you guys this week? I wonder. Has that been happening at all for you guys? You know what I mean? Have you guys have things just kind of been falling together, or maybe you're learning something new? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on out there for you guys, but I'll get into that when we get to your messages. All right. So, all right, who's Angel? Did I miss somebody? Is that Khalil? Is Khalil Angel? I think so. I'm going to write that down. And you know what's really funny, Khalil? I actually knew a Khalil back up in Maine. I actually knew one. And that name's been coming up a lot lately for me. I don't know if it's the memory of him, or maybe I knew you were going to be showing up, but I don't know. That name has been popping up. So I'm just going to share that with you, because maybe there's going to be something significant that you need to hear this evening. Okay. Woo-woo. Oh, and Richard over there saying, hey, Shirley, saying hello. I love you guys. Are so nice and so polite in the chat. You guys are so cool. So cool. Energetically, what else is going on that I need to share? I feel like there's a lot, but I don't even know where to start today. But there is. So energetically, I want you guys to see yourself as that clear vessel, right? Just like the energy just flows through you. Whatever no longer serves you is just getting washed away and, just lifted off you. And you're dropping all the heavy weight from the past so that we can move into this beautiful future that we're creating. Because as the old structures are in collapse and fall, we are picking up the pieces and creating what it is that we've truly and always wanted. So that's why I'm saying think outside your box. You have more ability now to create than you ever have before. And it's going to be most amazing. Okay, so step into that amazing part of yourself and let's make this happen, right? Let's make it happen. Woo! Let's make that happen. And you guys will make it happen. So, and it's funny because right before the show, Tiffany's like, oh, you got your animal cards? And I'm like, I do. And it's funny because the animals are talking to you right now. Like I'm going to give like general messages before we even get started because they just wanted me to pop out and see this stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, Kim, writing you down. Yeah. So what animals have been showing up for you? What animal? All right, you guys got to use the chat tonight. Besides saying hello to everybody, what animal has shown up for you this week? Drop it in the chat. Whether it's a cardinal or a snake or a javelina. I didn't know what that was until my brother asked me, why did a pack of javelina run in front of him? I had to look it up. It's a wild pig out in Arizona. But what animal has been showing up for you? Like, I'll use my brother in Arizona, for example, because he texts me every day. He's seeing animals and butterflies. He's seeing black butterflies and this yellow butterfly. And then he has this, he saw the javelinas. What else did he just see? He just saw a roadrunner. You know what I mean? All right, Ruth saw a cat. Oh, I saw 2 cats last week too, and I haven't seen cats in a long time. Cats are about independence. Woo, woo, woo. I'm going to dig out my other little book, and I'll give you guys readings on what animals you guys have had pop up today or this week. So if it's out there, and if you guys are in my chat and you want to name whatever animal shown up for you, let me know. All right, I got to find mammals for a kitty cat. Mystery and magic is afoot, but you must find your own way of expressing it. Develop your ability to be more independent. So, yeah, the cats are like, oh, I don't know what kind of independence you need to have right now, but woo, you're looking for it. You know what I mean? You're looking for it. Pooja says, I have 2 black butterflies 2 times this week. See? Richard's got a squirrel going on. Kim's had crows around and butterflies and bees today. Well, you know, butterflies are about transformation. Bees are about fertility because you're spreading your pollen. And the crows are about your magic. So you got to start creating what it is that you want. Squirrel in the yard is the gatherer, right? He gathers all this little stuff. You must be in the gathering mood. Pooja says, I've seen the black butterflies too. Feng Shui black snake on my window. Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw the picture. That's right. You did have a black snake. So everybody's having like animals show up. And it's like when I was outside, a lot of birds and sometimes if you guys have the app Merlin Bird, you can listen to the birds that are singing and identify them. And every once in a while I pick up a rare bird. I forget what the one I picked up, but almost once a week I pick up some rare bird that doesn't normally hang out here. So it's kind of interesting. Birds have nested right in my front porch. That's awesome, Denise. That's awesome. See, they're all talking to you. So you guys, from now on, you guys can always look up the spiritual meaning of whatever animal just showed up for you. Okay. And then see what it means for you. Because I feel like there is a lot of messages that you're just not getting that you need to start observing a little more. Like I am probably over observant sometimes because like on the way home tonight with Christopher, we're looking in the clouds. He's like, I see a heart over there. And I'm like, I don't really see a heart. And then it kind of like transformed. And then I saw like, you know, we saw like a turkey and some bunnies. So what is showing up for you? You know what I mean? So let's look to see what's showing up. You know what I mean? Let's look to see what's showing up for you. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things. Like snake is shedding old skin, right? And the black snakes are really good because they're going to eat your rats if you have rats around your house, you know? So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm trying to think. Oh, a couple weeks ago, I saw a coyote. Yeah, I'm 100% sure it was a coyote. I thought it was a dog at first, but it was formed much differently, and the tail was a lot different, but it was not a dog. So I saw a coyote. So what are you seeing showing up for you right now? Because these are all messages. Every single one of them are messages. Okay. Just like the repeated numbers, right? Like the repeated numbers that just keep showing up for you over and over again. It's like for me last night, I woke up in the middle of the night. It was 2:22. Then I woke up and it was like, I'm going to say 4:58 or something. It was something weird. Okay. And then I woke up again at 5:55. And then I think I finally got up at like 6:30. But it was just like those numbers were ringing out at me. And then the 555, I saw it again tonight. Okay. And it's just always showing up. And then when I was today, 111, I was right there in front of me. You know what I mean? So it's like, what has been showing up for you? What about iguanas? Wow. Are you in Florida? We have iguanas here. And they just caught a whole bunch recently. Let me look up iguanas. Hold on. They're reptiles. Because I don't remember what that means. Let's see, life. We're close. Here we go. Iguana. The iguana is simplify. It wants you to break things down and simplify your life. Do not be afraid to climb for new goals. Eliminate that what no longer benefits you. That's a good one right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a good one right there. Iguanas. Out with the old. That's what they're telling you with that. Okay. All right. Samir says 111 and 444 for you. All right. I happen to have my little number book here, right, too. Let's tap into that for a real minute. We're just going to bounce back and forth because these are all tools that you guys can use for yourself to help awaken you to more information that you already have inside yourself that we need to kind of unlock, because these are kind of like codes. You know what I mean? Well, I figured you were in Florida with that kind of, iguanas. I don't know if they can live any further than Florida because they fall out of the trees and stuff. The 111s, the number brings you an urgent message that your thoughts are manifesting instantly. So keep your mindset focused upon your desires. Give your fearful thoughts to heaven for transmutation. And we should transmute everything, whether it's our food, so we only take in the best nutrients, right? So that's awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, a lot of stew that are very easy to make, only 4 ingredients. All of a sudden you're cooking. What are you cooking, my friend? Are you cooking a stew? Way to go, Richard. Way to go, Richard. All right, and the 555s for me are about change. Let's look up the 444s. 444. You think I would remember these things, but my brain just doesn't remember as much as it used to anymore. There are angels, and they're everywhere around you. You are completely loved, supported, and guided to many heavenly beings, and there's nothing to fear. So again, these are messages about not having fear, right? These are repeated messages about not having fear and going into your best. It's craziness. Yes, the weirdest was Melissa and I in different. This is what Marsha is saying over there in Rumble. The weirdest was came out exactly the same. That was weird. I just flipped away for a minute. But that was really weird how that happens, So it's funny how all those little numbers and everything is coming up. You know what I mean? Richard saw 555 this morning too. Way to go. Way to go. I feel like 222 is important too because I see that one a lot too. So let's see what it says. Because I did see it in the middle of the night. Again, you know what I'm saying? It's weird stuff. But here we are. All right. Trust that everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to. Divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. Again, pretty much the same message over and over again, just in a different way, right? We're not supposed to have any fear as we move forward anymore. So let's just move forward without it. Let's move forward without the fear. Let's walk with total faith about what we're creating right now. And let me tell you, there's some people out there that want to try to throw you off track. Okay, they want to throw you a bone or something and get you off track. Don't take it. You have to connect in with yourself, find out where your true north is, and be like, all right, this is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, and start following that. Sometimes we get into fights with our brain because our brain wants to kind of control because that's where it's learned everything. But the soul really knows what it wants to do and needs to do. So you kind of have to come into like balance with those two so they kind of make sense for you, which will be a lot of fun for all of you. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, no more fear for anyone. Let's move forward with faith. Faith, 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 faith. That's what they're saying. And then there's freedom on the other side of that because then you don't have those heavy burdens anymore that are still like, holding you back or not allowing you to move forward anymore. It's time to like step into your true identity. It's like pulling back all the layers. Who is the authentic you? Who is that? Have you pulled back all the layers? Do you feel like someone else is still pulling the strings? You know what I mean? Because you need to pull all your power back to self, right? And just detach from anyone that's outside of yourself. Come back to self and be like, all right, what is for my highest and best self, right? Because it's just like, you have to step back into who you are. And sometimes we don't have time to find out who that is because we're so busy living life and taking care of life that we forget. Okay? So there's that. There's that. Yes. Yes. No more fear, my friends. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more. No more. Not allowed. All right, let's make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Yes, very interesting stuff. Woo-hoo. I just love you guys. I feel all your energy. It feels a little calmer today. Like you guys feel a little calmer. Are you guys feeling calmer out there? Like you guys feel a lot calmer today. Calm. There's a peace about you. Maybe it's letting go of all of that fear, you know what I mean? And you're stepping into your true powers now. Because we are quite powerful beings of light. God created us that way. We just forgot when we got here. And they wouldn't let us remember. But I think enough of us now are awake to help us all remember to like tip that collective scale. So it's worldwide because, we're all in the same little fishbowl, technically. And that's what it's always felt like to me. I always felt like we were inside this fishbowl and there's people on the outside of us kind of like looking in and going, yeah, watch them do that over there and that over there, So it's kind of weird. Kind of weird sometimes the things that I see in my mind eyes, you guys. All right. So a collective message for the animals right now, which I'm going to pick from my beautiful medicine cards. Oh, Denise says, honestly, I feel very stressed today. Not sure why. Oh, don't feel stressed. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. All right. I'm going to pick 3 cards and do a reading, and then we'll have a word from my beautiful sponsor. And just, this is going to be like the month of March for you guys. Okay. So, this is interesting. Okay. So the first one is the dolphin. Okay. And the dolphin goes with the rhythm of life, right? In and out of the water, has a time to be playful, but it's about going with the rhythm of the life. And that's your life, not anyone else's life. That's the rhythm of your life. Like what makes you tick? What makes you want to move, right? And this is so awesome because here we got that 44. We get that double number again, and it's the hummingbird. And what does the hummingbird represent? Joy. That's why this show is called Joyful Findings. It's joy, my friends. So they're wanting you to go with the rhythm of life, right? And find your joy, right? This is so awesome. And then the raccoon is about masks and hiding. So this little raccoon right here is, are you still wearing masks? Or is there people around you that are also still wearing masks? Like they're not showing you their true identity. And I think that we're going to uncover the masks because when we start to go with the flow, right? And we step into our joy, this will expose itself so that we see it clearly, whether it's ourselves or other people. Okay. So I couldn't have asked for better cards for going through March. So definitely go with the rhythm of life, my friends. Like it's 444, like those were 44s. And this is 46. So we got a lot of 4s going on. And the 6 is about community. So I can break these up into pieces, but just go with the flow, my friends. Just go with the flow, just like the lazy river. And we'll see who's wearing the mask. We will see who's wearing the mask. They will be uncovered. It's kind of like, it kind of just when I just said that, it kind of reminded me of the meme where there's all the Spider-Mans all in a row and they're like all pointing at each other and they all pull the lids off. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's that big of an exposure. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little bit out there. So that's awesome. So that's what I'm getting for the collective this evening. Just think outside your box. We've got this. We've got this. You can't have fear anymore. We are fearless. God made us that way. But our mind still gets tweaked. So don't do that anymore. Okay, let's not do that. All right, so let's have a few words from my beautiful sponsors. Beautiful Marsha Morse of Feng Shui My Space. If you guys are looking to change up the energy in your living space, your office, whatever it is, you need to give Marsha a call. Check out Marsha, the little Feng Shui. What are you, a consultant or practitioner? I forget the exact word, but she's amazing at what she does because she has passion about it and she loves doing and helping others. So check it out, you guys. Check it out, you guys. Check it out. Give her a call, Marsha Morse. Give her a call. Change up your space today. Thank you, Marsha, for being a sponsor of the Joyful Finding Show. Yay! All right, and then we got beautiful Lola Blue down there in Northport, Florida, hand making all these beautiful artisan soaps and lotions and scrubs and deodorants. You name it, she's making it, and she's creating more because that's what she's called to do. She's following her passion. And another reason why we sponsor beautiful local people, because we love what they do and they're the backbones of our community. So support small, my friends, and check out lolablueliving.com, my friends. Thank you. Discover the art of clean living with lolablueliving.com. Handcrafted in Northport, Florida, our natural soaps, soy candles, and shampoo bars bring eco-friendly luxury to your daily routine. From refreshing sugar scrubs to soothing CBD massage creams, every product is made with love and care. Elevate your self-care game and shop now at lolablueliving.com. Feel good, live better naturally. Again, amazing products. I use a lot of them. You guys should check it out and save 15% this beautiful month of March by using the code PARKS and the number 3, PARKS3, and you will save some cha-ching. Check out the beautiful products, and thank you, Lola Blue, for being amazing people. The whole store is amazing. Everyone that works there is amazing. It's just amazing. You have to feel the energy when you go in there. So check it out, you guys, and use that code. Thank you. All right, and just as we were doing that, I had another donation come in, so I want to say thank you, Barbara. You're going to be number 3 this evening. If you guys do want to chat out there, she just threw that up there on there, so you know my Venmo is there. So you can just Venmo, or you can Rumble Rand, or whatever you're feeling out there. Thank you. It's not necessary, but it is appreciated. Thank you. All right, so I got Jill and Roy first, and then I got Barbara. All right, and I am going to be pulling some animal cards for you all tonight. I think I'm going to mix it up with whatever spirit is giving me. But usually, because I feel like animals are going to be important, because right now it's springtime, so there's going to be like a lot of rebirth within not just the human people, but, there's a lot of animals that give birth this time of year. You know what I mean? So we're going to tap in with some animals and stuff. Woo! All right, Jill. What am I getting for Jill today? Jill, I got the squirrel for you. That's funny because that's the one that showed up for Richard. But the squirrel for you today is telling you to gather, right? The squirrel is a gatherer. But the squirrel is also about having fun and going from tree to tree and being adventurous a little bit, you know. And I feel like you're gathering either people or maybe you found something new that you want to collect or something like that. But you're also gathering your abilities, okay? I just saw you said you were meditating every day. So it's like, you're finding your way is what I'm getting. You know what I mean? So you're gathering your abilities also as well. And squirrels are pretty sensitive, you know what I mean? So I feel like you're picking up on some of that sensitivity, and he's a gatherer because he has a little nut in his hand right there. So I feel like, but you're also a giver. So I feel like he's also like trying to give it back. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're doing, maybe there's something going on where it's going both ways, where you're helping each other. You know what I mean? You're gathering each other type of thing. Maybe it's your new tribe there in your new state. And I forget what state you're in. I think you're in Georgia. So that's what I'm getting from the squirrel for you today, Jill. Thank you for being here, my friend. All right, let's see what we get for your honey tonight. All right, Roy, what animal is going to talk to you tonight? What animal wants to talk to Roy? Who's got a message for Roy? Oh, that's funny. 2 came out for you, Roy. I got 2 for you. I got the elk and the coyote. All right, the elk is talking about stamina, getting new energy, and just keep moving forward, right? And the coyote's the trickster. Do you like to play tricks or little pranks on people or whatever? Or is there someone that likes to do that to you? And what else are they saying to you? Mr. Coyote. He's also showing me, I think there's coyotes where you live. I think there's some that are going to show up for you. But also with this elk is also he's got a lot of wisdom, because I feel like all those antlers and everything has a lot of wisdom. So I feel like you are tapping in, and those even though they're antlers, they're like antennas. Okay, and those antennas are receiving information, and that information is flowing into you. So there may be a new awakening going on for you, or a new understanding, okay, of what your true truth is. You know what I mean? Like you're pulling back your layers. And the coyote's telling you to have fun about it. You know what I mean? Don't get too serious. Just, be lighthearted about it. And have fun about that. So that's what I'm getting for you tonight, Roy. Thank you for being here. All right, Miss Barbara, what do I get for an animal for you tonight? And if there's anyone out there that's in the chat, just let me know. Just drop me something in the little chat. All right. Richard's off to work tonight. All right, Barbara, you get the crow. The crow is about magic. And the crow, the crow can go alone, or he can like hang out with his whole crow buddies, right? And he's also seeing his reflection. Can you see that? He's seeing his reflection. So I think this is you seeing the world in 2 different perspectives right now. And it's funny because one is on land and the other is in the air, is what I'm getting from this. So I feel like there's a lot of transitional change that's coming for you right now. And they're wanting you to look up crow and see what it means for you, in a different sense than what I'm saying for you. But I feel like this little crow right here, and it's also talking about family. This crow is talking about family because that's a 24 and it's giving me a 6. So I'm getting that there's family, and there's also, it's your reflection. So what are you looking at in the mirror? Because I know you love yourself. We've done a lot of work on this. But I also see a lot of balance coming, like a new balance, a new a new balance for you, whether it's on the spiritual realm or the earth realm, right? There's going to be a balance between the two. And I feel like it's going to help your abilities come through and probably step more into, like doing some of your singing bowls, and tapping into your spiritual gifts so that you can share them with others, right? And the loon agrees with me. The loon agrees. All right, you guys, now I've gone through I'm going to leave that with you, Barbara. Love you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to run through your guys' names and see who comes up next. And then I will pick a card for you and see what kind of comes through. Okay? All right, Ruth, you get to go next tonight. You're fast on the list tonight, girlfriend. The spider. What web are you weaving? Creativity, right? And it's intricate. You're very particular about how things go together. Okay. And you want everything to be perfect, just kind of like the spider does, because they're very intricate about how they put their little web together so they can catch their dinner. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is also about you using your creativity and putting it outside yourself. I think you just finished a book. Have you published it? Is it being published? Because I feel like something needs to be put out that you may have been holding off on. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, I got all kinds of time for the rest of you guys. Let's see who's next. Denise, you're next, dear. I'm just going to whip through your guys' names, and I just lost my pen again. All right. Jill says, love my card. Roy is a trickster. I love to give people. All right. We moved to Georgia. All right. Awesome sauce. I thought I was right. All right. So, Denise, I'm feeling for your card. Hold on. Takes a little longer when I got a feel for him. All right. The grouse. This sucker I'm going to have to look up again. I don't remember what the grouse is. But I know it has something to do with flyway or something. There's something you're supposed to do with this beautiful little grouse right here. Where are you? Let's find G. Grouse. The sacred dance. No, doesn't that sound fun? A time of new sacred rhythms is at hand. A new dance will work best for you now. Change your routines and the sacred will manifest. So this little grouse right here is telling you to create your own dance, create your own path. That's what I'm getting. Stand in your own little rhythm that you want to create for yourself. You know what I mean? It's the sacred dance. Dance in your kitchen. Change your routine. If you go to, the gym on Tuesdays, go on Fridays instead or something. You know what I mean? Just change up your routine and see what happens for you. Hold on, guys. I dropped my book. All right. Let's see who's next. And I dropped my pen too, but I got more right here. All right, I just did Denise, so I hope you enjoy that, my friend. Barbara says, thank you, The Crow. I will check it out. Love it. You're welcome. Ruth says, thanks, Melissa. Great message. Still finishing up my book. Lots of other projects are near completion as well. I'm grateful for you. I love you. I love you too. Now, who did I just say I was going to do next? I didn't say. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Khalil Angel. Angel. Let's see what animal you get today. Oh, right there. Ooh, the mountain lion, number 17. I'm going to have to look that sucker up too because I don't remember what he says. The mountain lion. Well, he's got his teeth out, so he's ready to attack if that happens. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the poor guy means. Somebody's cooking in my house. I smell stuff. All right, mountain lion, where are you? Oh, I don't have the mountain lion in this book. I'll have to look in the other book. But anyways, the mountain lion that he's telling me right now is that you are protecting yourself from outside forces. Okay? So that's people that you don't want to be around. You're setting boundaries. I feel like this is a boundary. And that number 17 also equals into an 8. So I feel like that's going to help bring forth. You're trying to create something for yourself and you're not sure exactly how to go about it. Oh, that's why. Because the mountain line's about leadership. So it's like you're supposed to step it up. Okay, you're supposed to step it up. So whatever it is that you want to step up and be the leader in, now is your time to shine. You will be fully supported from the other side. So I'm going to leave that with you, my friend. All right, let's see who else I get. So that was for Khalil. Let's see who's next. All right, Shirley, you get an animal card tonight too. Okay, let's see what Shirley gets for an animal. All right, and I'll laugh if it's a cat, but I know there's not just a cat. It'd be another mountain lion or something. All right, let's see. It's Shirley. Hold on, let's have it. Shirley. All right. All right, Shirley. This one will be fun. Oh, you're getting 2 cards too. Oh, that was just the directions. But you're getting the salmon. All right. The salmon it's kind of funny, but the salmon swims upstream. So sometimes sometimes it feels like you're fighting the current, but that's where they go to lay their eggs. So everything that you're going through right now, it has to happen so that you have new fertile ground to walk on. I hope that makes sense for you, but I'm going to look it up in my little book here anyways. And the number is 49. So if that means anything to you, the number 49. Oh, I got to go further. Okay. 49 babies. Let's see what we got for that, just to see what it says. I'm curious. Curious, my friends. You think I would move faster. All right, salmon. It's about wisdom and inner knowing. So that makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? Because you are going to be on some fertile new ground moving forward. So step into that, my friend. Step into that. Woo-hoo. That'll be fun. Fun. All right. And the other one was pretty much the direction. So you have to follow your inner knowing. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Richard, even though he's gone, he'll listen later. I know he will. All right, Richard, you got the horse. The horse is about your power, your loyalty to yourself, right? And they can live in the wilds and take care of themselves. They're very independent animals. So I feel like this horse is telling you it's time for you to step into your power and also to get out in nature. Like I see you out, and they're using the word frolicking. I'm not sure why, but frolicking in the parks. You know what I mean? I gotta have to look up frolicking. But it's, they're wanting you to get out there and just wander around in nature. If you go to the park or, or a nature park or something in your area, they're wanting you to get out in nature. That's what I'm getting for you tonight, Richard. Thank you for being here. All right, Pat, you're next. Pat. Here we go. Ooh, Pat is the wolf. Wolf is a teacher. So you have a spirit teacher that's stepping forward to you. And they're showing me a moon. So there's something going on with the moon cycle. So the moon just popped up for you too. But this is about spiritual learning, tapping in and seeing, meditate on the wolf for a little bit. You know what I mean? My spirit wolf is very cool. Very cool. He's got one blue eye. Another one's kind of gray. It's very strange, but he's very cool. But they're saying that it's time for you to tap in and connect in with some of your spiritual teachers, whether it's in meditation or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Just tap into it and see what flows to you, Pat. See what flows. All right, Pooja, you're next. Pooja. Pooja, sorry, I lost this card, so I had to write on it. There's no pretty one, but it's the turtle. And the turtle is about connecting in with Mother Earth, but it's also sometimes you have to retreat back into your own shell so that you can replenish yourself and then come back out again. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the turtle is definitely talking about connecting with Mother Earth right now. Like really tap in, go sit in nature. I don't know what the weather's like in India or wherever you are right now. But yeah, it's definitely Mother Earth card. Yeah. So they want you to connect with the Mother Earth. Mother Earth is calling your name. That's the biggest sign for the turtle, right? And don't forget, turtles can live a long, long time. So there's a lot of wisdom that's connected with turtles as well, okay? So don't forget that. Don't forget that part. So I'm going to leave that with you. All right, let's see who's next. Kim. Kim is next. Kim. Kim. All right, Kim. Oh, you're going to get the squirrel too. You're gathering stuff too. Gathering more information, gathering stuff. Gathering friends, gathering ideas. I feel like you're gathering a lot of stuff. Oh, so yeah. So what else are you doing with the squirrel medicine here? Because this is squirrel medicine. And I forget where you are. You're always on, you're the wanderer. You're the one that's always moving around. So I feel like this squirrel is telling you to let go of what you don't need, right? Because they like to pack the stuff everywhere. They hide it in the dirt. They hide it in the flower pot. They hide it in their nest. They hide it everywhere. So I'm getting like, since we're in spring, this squirrel is also reminding you maybe to get rid of some of the heavy load that you might be carrying. And some of that heavy load could be mental. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. So that's what I'm getting for you, dear Kim. So I'm going to leave that with you, friend. All right, let's see what else I get. Who's next? All right, let's see who's next. Samir, you're next. Samir. All right, Samir. Samir, you get the rabbit. You get the rabbit, number 30. This little guy's going, he's cute. He reminds me of the bunnies I have in my front yard. The rabbit also moves without fear. Have you seen these suckers move when they're being chased by a predator? So you can outrun whatever is chasing you if you feel like you're being chased. But I feel like this guy is doing a little bit of more introspection. You know what I mean? I feel like he's going into his tunnel. He's going into his home, and I feel like he's kind of reflecting a little bit. And if the number 3 means anything to you, I think you should look that up because it's the number 30, which is kind of funny too because that's my birthday day this month. You know what I'm saying? All right, but I feel like I'm going to flip to 30. I know it's going to be here somewhere. Why can't I find it? I'm going too far. All right. Yeah, the rabbit. See, I was right about fear. So he just runs away from all that stuff. You know what I mean? So no horrible things are going to happen to you. You have to start using the right words to create everything that it is that you magically want to create, Samir. So I'm going to leave that with you, my friend. Thank you for being here today. And there's just a few more of you, and I have a few more minutes. Denise says, Melissa, you're awesome. Great live. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right. Samir says, my cat chases the rabbit when he comes in my yard. See, there you go. You're very welcome. Who just said thank you as well. You're welcome. Khalil says, beautiful, totally connected and clicked with you, Melissa. My soul took. Yes, a big, big breath. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. All right, let's see who's next. We got Carol Ann. Carol Ann, I think you're still out there, girl. Let's see what animal's showing up in your yard besides your little doggies. Oh, I hope not a skunk. I don't feel like a skunk's going to show up in your yard. And it's funny because I've never really seen skunks here, but I smell them every once in a while, which is weird. We had skunks in Maine all the time. Like skunks were so bad. But the skunk is about your reputation. And I feel like you have a really good reputation. And you'll tell people to piss off if you need to. I think that's what that skunk little, back off. I feel like that's your protection mode. What else do I get about that? Yeah, it's wanting you to notice the kind of people that you're attracted to or that are attracted to you. You know what I mean? But you know how to protect yourself and stay away from the people that don't need to be around you. You know what I mean? Carolyn says, laugh out loud. Don't need the skunk in the yard. Piss off is my favorite expression. Can't make that stuff up. You can't make it up, my friends, which is so funny. All right, let's see who I got left. I got a couple of you left. Next, we're going to do Susie. 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 Oh, Susie, you got the links. And again, this is a lost card, so it's only just written on the card. You move around a lot and things get lost. It's craziness. But let's see what the links means for you, because I don't remember what the links meant. 18, number 18, secrets. Who has secrets? Or are these your internal secrets that you're going to bring through now? You know what I mean? I feel like this is your internal knowledge, information that you're ready to bring through for you tonight. You know what I mean? I feel like you're just bringing it all in, bringing it all in. This reminds me of you because the Lynx doesn't say much, but he's a watcher, so he pays attention to everything. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's that. You know what I mean? And you don't let anything out the door unless it's like how to keep a secret. You know how to keep things secret if you have to. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is about you also maybe letting go of some maybe old stuff or something. I don't know. They're saying something about releasing. So I get that for you, my friend. I get that. All right. That was Susie. Now we're going to do Dia. Oh, we're getting this one right here, Dia. Ooh, the alligator. The alligator. Huh, which is funny because you moved from Florida to get away from the alligators, girl. All right, let's see what's going on with alligator because I don't remember. Integration. That's a perfect word for you because you're integrating a lot of energy in the time and space that you are in right now and the situations that are actually happening for you. And it's also showing me it's going to see more things because how like the alligator, like when they're in the water, you know what I mean? This is how much of them sticks out. You know what I mean? They're just sticking their little eyes out and their head is also a lot flatter than mine. But I feel like it also lets you look at things from a different perspective. So the alligator's telling you that. So I'm going to leave that with you. And then we just have Marsha. Marsha, you're getting an animal card tonight. Let's see what you get. Let's see what Marsha gets for an animal card. And then I think that'll be the last one because I think I got you all tonight. The owl. The owl is coming to you. Use your wisdom. The owl is telling you a lot of different things. Look, he's in flight and he's ready to catch his dinner. So I feel like you are paying attention to a lot more things that you have going on that need your wisdom to help you make those choices that you need to make moving forward. So I'm going to leave that with you. Well, that was fun, you guys. I hadn't done the animal cards in a little bit. It's fun to mix it up every once in a while. And if there's anybody out there that still would like a message that is listening, that has not dropped their name in the chat, absolutely drop your name in the chat. You got 1 minute to do it or whatever. Thank you, Richard. Amazing show. Thank you. Wow is right, Marsha. Wow. All right, you guys, we are in the beautiful month of March. Okay, this is a time of renewal. We are going, once March 20th gets here, we are definitely into full-on spring. We get to spring forward this Sunday in our time frame. So it'll actually be like, well, it's almost 9 o'clock now. It'll feel like 10 o'clock next week because it will be because we're getting our hour back here in America. So that'll be a fun thing, right? More daylight, more getting out there, getting your hands in the dirt, getting, planting the seeds in your own mind about what you want to create next. And don't shy away from what you could be doing. Don't let fear stand in your way. You guys are strong human beings. You've woken up so far that you're here watching this show, connecting in with your higher self so that you can go into a new direction that's going to bring you the joy and the happiness that you seek. Every single one of you are a very powerful light of God. Love and light enters your life and supports you, right? Everything that you do, the good, the bad, it's all about experiencing. Don't forget, you have a lot to experience here. You can't go without experiencing. So you have to find your way through your experiences and pull back those layers to find out who you really are in this moment. And I feel like this is going to be a very, very magical month for all of you to step into your true power, find yourselves, and just find the joy that you've been seeking. And that joy is not outside yourself, it's within yourself, and then you create it outside yourself. So go within and then come without, because that's what's winter was hibernation. We're coming out of that, and we're coming out, and we're going to spring forward into whatever it is you want to leap into this year. I love you all. Oh, wait, before I forget. Tomorrow night, Spiritual Message Circle, 8 p.m. If you guys are interested, same channel, all that, look up on Goldylocks Productions. You guys can sign up for tomorrow night. $25 gets you guys on the little roster to get messages from all of us on the Goldylocks Productions show. So tune in tomorrow night. And if not, I'll see you guys next Friday night. I love you all. Have the most amazing, energetic, prosperous week you've ever had in your whole life. Love you.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.